It's not a cute idea. It's fucking dumb. Henry, come on. Where is your Halloween spirit? I'm fine with putting on some campy work-assigned costume. I'm fine with putting up cheap decorations in my cubicle. And I'm more than fine with seeing Honey from accounting dress up like a cheap whore. Reese sighed, pressing his hands into his face. Well, Mr. Ruth insists on this office trick-or-treating thing every year, so like it or not, you've got to do it. Also, you should get into your costume. It's getting embarrassing to be seen with you. We aren't even allowed to buy our own candy. He said they have stockpiles. Henry shut up when he saw Mr. Ruth approaching, cradling his infant son in a candy bar costume. Reese, Henry, just the two fellas I'd hoped to catch. Listen, I need you guys to help distribute the pre-approved candies from the basement. Can't have trick-or-treating without candy, right? Mr. Ruth smiled enthusiastically, sharing the same goofy grin as the baby in his arms. We'll get right on it, sir, Reese piped up. Mr. Ruth turned to walk away, but paused in his tracks before spinning around dramatically. Oh, Henry, before you two head down, put on your costume. You don't want the ghoulies in the basement to think you're human, do you? I know it's your first Halloween with us, but I think you'll find that we do things a little differently here. God, it fucking itches. Stop scratching it, Hen. It'll feel natural enough, soon. Doesn't help that it's hot as Hades in this elevator. Well, at least yours is kinda cool. My costume would be embarrassing, if I still had any pride, Reese said, aligning his jeweled turban in the elevator mirror. Yeah, it's kind of racist. Yeah, I'm not even from India or Pakistan or wherever. My family's Brazilian. That old? That's a shitty joke, Hen. Especially from an imp, Reese said, smiling for the first time since he put on his genie costume. The elevator dinged, revealing the complex, sprawling basement catacombs. Beyond the parking area was the security station, the two demons' destination. Why an imp anyways? I think the boss doesn't like me. No, it's a first-year thing. All the departments have a theme. Within that theme, there's a designated costume for first-timers. Ah, so I get the newbie costume. Yeah, kinda. Accounting gets famous figures, marketing, us gets demons. Reese was cut off by a strange and guttural moan. A very convincing mummy emerged from the security stall, groaning and shambling. Security gets monsters, Reese finished. Sup, Maynard? Where's... Reese jabbed an elbow firmly into Henry's ribs, causing him to recoil. Let me do the talking, or lack thereof. You know Herschel hates that nickname. Silently, Reese entered the small office, hoisted a box, and thrust it into Henry's hands before picking one up himself. Curiously, he examined the first box, which had the tape torn just enough to squeak out a few treats. Ah, that explains it. You boys were eager this year, eh? Reese said with a chuckle. Maynard the mummy came shambling over with a grunt that could only be considered a yes. Reese, was this creepy thing always here? Henry asked, hovering his hand a few mere inches from a large gargoyle statue. It's freaky as fuck. Don't touch it, that's Herschel. No way, Hershey boy. The moment the word Hershey left his lips, the gargoyle stone crust began to fracture and split. The head moved at an inhuman angle, almost like an owl's, as the eyes hummed to life with a putrescent green exuberance. "Oh fuck. Get back to the elevator, Henry." "Holy shit, dude. This costume is insane. How much did it—" Reese pushed Henry through the small room's threshold and into the parking lot before running, box in hand, to the elevator. Henry looked over to Reese, mashing the elevator call button like a pot of boiled potatoes and butter. Turning his gaze back to Herschel, the grotesque, he watched the mighty beast erect itself and lurch over at what must have been at least 3 meters of height. "Oh, fuck, fuck," Henry repeated like a mantra, sprinting towards the opening elevator doors. As soon as he made it in, Reese began to furiously mash the close button. The last thing either of them saw before the doors closed was the lumbering monster, wings spread, lunging toward them. Then they heard a thud. Mr. Ruth won't be happy about that. "Dude, what the fuck?" "You'll get used to it all, don't worry." "Quick, eat some," Reese said, catching his breath as he tore open one of the boxes. "He sent us down here, against whatever the fuck that was, and you want to eat candy? Sending us down here was more for your benefit. Mr. Ruth loves surprises. They already have plenty of candy up there, I'm certain. He sent me down with you two. Well, keep you safe." "Safe from Hershey?" Reese chewed feverishly, then swallowed a big mouthful of some kind of caramels. He thrust the open box towards Henry. Henry reached in and pulled out a pack of candy corn that had a strange, cartoonish witch on the bag. The same logo as was on the box. The elevator began to fill with some kind of smoke, as Henry popped the candies in his mouth and began to chew. Looking back to Reese, he could see his friend's once chocolate-brown complexion begin to redden, then turn a deep and vibrant blue. The elevator dinged as Reese began to grow an impish grin. Before the doors opened, screams, roars, wails, and all manner of haunting sounds could be heard from the top floor's offices. Henry began to feel something sprout from his lower backside, then his shoulder blades, and finally his forehead. He caressed his strange new horns with dark red hands. "My friend," Reese said, "are you ready to help me grant Mr. Ruth's final wish?" Then the elevator doors opened.